Okay, let's start today. So last day, what we have discussed about this up to this, we have discussed how these private, public, protected, default, modifiers, and the constructor works. So now let's see how we can do the other things: overriding, overloading, and encapsulation. These are some other concepts related to the object-oriented programming. First, let's do the overloading part. Overloading is where you are using the same method name with different signatures. So what are these signatures? Signatures are none other than, you can see here, register, no parameter. But here you can see the same register with 2 parameters. Here you can see the register with 3 parameters and here with 4 parameters. You can change the number of parameters and redeclare the method with the same name. Right? Same name, the method can be redeclared. So that is called overloading. Let's see that. Okay, let me start class. Example 17. Then the main method. Okay, let me declare a method call. I'm going to declare a method called void the calc. This is my method, void calc. And in void calc method, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the scanner class here. Sorry, scanner to get import java.utilities scanner. So let's create a scanner object. Let's use the constructor there. Constructor name is EX17. 17 is the constructor name. There I'm going to create a C equal new scanner. Okay, that scanner I'm using here, and I'm using that and telling, okay, system dot out dot print ln enter number 1. If you have any unclear areas, please ask. Then I'm going to use the print system.out.print enter number 1. int n1 equal sc.next int. And I'm using 2 numbers. I'm going to get 2 numbers there. Then I'm going to add int model is equal to number 1 plus number 2. Print ln the total. Save it, and I'm going to create object ex17 e equal new EX17 E dot calc. Let's run this and see. Java C EX17.java Java EX17, and it will ask hello. That comes from this. Enter number 1, enter number 2. Enter number W. What is the R here? Enter number W. Total is this. This should be enter number 2, right? Set. Compile. Okay, let's do this first. I will explain the next one, the overridden method next. Please do this one. Overriding part. Now, overriding part, I'm going to declare, okay, let's try to do something like this. I'm going to declare int method with the same name, int return type with the same name. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the same like this, but instead of okay, printing the total and also returning the total. Return total. So this is a different one. So let me run this, compile this. And you can see the method calc is already defined in this, right? So I cannot redeclare that even with a different return type. But so if I change the parameters, so let's add int n1, int n2, two numbers I'm going to add. Then actually I'm going to calculate the total, print it and return it. Now let's try. Let me compile. Now you can see it works because I have changed the not just the return type. I can keep as it is, but I have changed the return type as well as the parameters. Since I have changed the parameters, it will not say that is already declared. So let's run this Java EX17 now, and this will be again asking the number 1, number 2, and so this is the first one. And let's run the second method. The second method is returning this now. Second method is returning this, so I can just call e.calc. The second method I can call like this. I have to give the first number and the second one. So let's see what will happen there. Okay, first number is second number is this. You can see 90. There's 100 is the result of this. 100 is the result of this. Actually, I can show that is a meaningful way and return it. Maybe you can say number 1 plus the plus sign plus number 2 plus the equal sign, the total. Right? Then the second one will be more meaningful. Okay, this is the second one. This is the first one. Actually, second one, since it is returning, we can capture the result also. We can use a variable int result equal. I can capture the result. So I can later print this. I can later print this result of the previous operation is, you can see the result. Because I can keep it, capture and keep it because it has a return type int. So it won't give any error. Okay, here. Results of the previous operation is 100. Because I can keep it for later reference also. So this is my second signature. Actually, I don't want to print this, but I have printed thinking that it will be useful. Because I'm returning this, no need to print even. Okay, you can try this. I'm writing this as a comment. Try to answer this question. Write the calc method to input three numbers, find the total, average, mean and max, minimum and the maximum. Okay, create a method, write the calc method again. This calc method should input three numbers and it should discover, it should find, calculate the max, mean, as well as this we have already done, max, mean, and the next thing is max, mean, sum or the total and the average. Do it now. Understand the code part. Why I have declared scan SC here? Scan SC. Once I have declared the scanner inside the class brackets, immediately inside the class brackets, this is valid in any method. That is why I can write this here. That is why I can write this here, right, anywhere, because it is declared outside the methods and it is instant, so valid inside any method. But once something declared inside the method, this total is valid only here. It's valid only here. Actually, you can, you don't need to use integer or something, like you can just, because there are few outputs now, no? Total, average, min, max, 4 things. So we can say void, because we are not going to return all these things. We are going to print them. Void calc. This time you have 3 numbers. int number 1, int number 2, int number 3. int number 1, int number 2, int number 3. Okay, then what? I have to calculate the total. That you can do this way. int total equal number 1 plus number 2 plus number 3. So 3 numbers are there. So what about the average? Average is not integer. Average should be double or float. It's a decimal number. AVG is equal to total divided by 3. I hope you can remember them. We have tried this several times. We have done this several times. Now you should know what is this average. Average is total divided by 3. Then finding the max. In order to find the max, you have to compare. Actually, you have something like int max and min, but you need to discover them. You need to discover them. Actually, now you can print this. Let's print like this. N1 plus N2 plus plus mark again. N1 plus N2 plus N3 is equal to the total. And similar way, you can display the average, total, division mark by divide by 3 is equal to the average. Okay, now calc method is having 3 parameters, so you can run it here. No need to assign. Actually, I can say yield.calc. This is with now 3 parameters, 1, 2, and 3 numbers. Let's save. Now compiling and interpreting. Okay, this is the first method is just calculating the numbers. This is calc method. The second method is showing this result and this result. That is by running the second method, calc method. The third calc method is showing. Okay, I can show which method is running there. I can show it. So let's do something like this. System.out.println. I'm going to add few new lines. And after a few new lines, I can tell I'm running method number, method calc. I'm running this method calc. And again, 2 new lines. Now it is clear because any reader can understand which method is producing this output. Okay, here method calc. Okay. Then here also I'm telling which method I'm running. I'm running this method calc this time int1, int2. So this 2-parameter method. This is what I'm running. The third time I can say I'm running the same method calc but with 3 parameters. Save. Now refresh. Compile them. Interpret. Okay, first method is asking this. This is method calc, and this is method calc with 2 parameters, and this is method calc with 3 parameters, but still I didn't show the max and min. You can do that part. The other part is done for you. You can copy that. You can copy that part, and the next part you can do alone. How to find the max and min. Do it, please. Okay, after adding the third method, this is the how you have added the first method, this is the second method, and this is the third method. Can you see the output after that? Yes, can you see the output? After adding the third method with the values, can you see the output? I hope that you can see, right? Okay, finding the min and max, I will keep it to you. So if you can remember, so this need to be done carefully by comparing. So since, okay, I said this, if there are 3 students in the class, how to find the tallest one? If there is only 1 student, definitely he is the tallest. But if there's a second person, you have to compare with the existing tallest, which is the previous. Now this one is the tallest. If there's another one, you have to compare with the existing student. So that is this student. When you compare that, still this is the tallest. Similar way, here you have to get this min and max done by comparing that. If, for an example, if number 1 is greater than number 2 and number 1 is greater than number 3, definitely you know what is the maximum, then you can say max is number 1 for sure. If not, you have to else, if you have to compare whether number 2 is greater than number 3. If so, you know it is number 2. Max is number 2. And if not, else definitely it is the remaining number, which is number 3. Right? Likewise, you have to do the discovering process. First, you have to compare with the other 2, and 1 is compared with 2 and 3. So if larger than both, definitely N1 is the largest. If not, either N2 or N3 is the largest. Just compare N2 and N3. And if N2 is largest, that is the max. N3 is largest, that is the max. And finally, you can print this maximum number. Similar way, you can print the minimum that you can do as a homework. Okay, I have displayed the maximum. So go to the terminal. After going to the terminal, you can explore the numbers. Enter number 1, enter number 2, and okay, this is the first one, this is the second one, this is the third one. Third one, you can see the maximum is discovered. Similar way, discover the minimum also. Take a screenshot and do this. Similar way to discover the minimum too. So take a screenshot of this and complete that as a homework. Okay, then I will stop from here for today. Have a nice day. Bye.
Goodbye.